This is the Hanging with A podcast.
Hello, this is the Hanging with A podcast coming to you always from Brockton, Massachusetts. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that has subscribed to the Hanging with A podcast, that has liked the Hanging with A podcast, that's commented on any of my episodes. I really appreciate all the love and support. It means so much to me. The Hanging with A podcast is at 60,900 subscribers on YouTube. None of that happens without the love and the support of all of you. So thank you very much for tapping in. You can find the Hanging with A podcast. I'm on Spotify. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Like I like to say all the time, I am all over the place. Um, I'm going live every Thursday, talk about hip hop, because you guys know I love hip hop. So I'm doing that every Thursday. So make sure you guys tap in. The woman that I'm getting ready to introduce, I've been trying to get on the podcast for a little bit. She is very, very busy, very, very talented, and probably one of the most funniest people out right now. If you guys are in the Bronx area, the New York area, make sure you go catch her on stand up. She is doing it. She is killing it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the curl plug. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me.
Oh, pew, 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 pew. Ah, ah. Thank
how
you.
are
Thank you.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from the Bronx. I enjoy long walks on the beach. Okay. What you want to know? I'm from the Bronx. I do comedy. I talk nonsense on the internet. And I just love making people laugh, spreading love and laughter, and yeah, that's me,
Yeah.
Nemo the Curl Plug, not the car
Nemo
plug, not the butt plug, the Curl Plug.
Nemo the Curl
Yes,
Plug.
yes.
How did you come up with that name?
I love this question. During the revolutionary era, during a time when like people were embracing their natural hair,
Yep.
there was like this big curl movement, and
Okay.
women were getting more knowledgeable on their hair and creating events to teach others and share the knowledge. And, now products are being made for our hair. Now we have like a wide selection and whatnot. So around this time, this is when everything was like booming. And I kind of wanted to have a name that, because I always had natural curly hair,
Yep.
and I've always embraced my hair, so I wanted to incorporate the word curl
Okay.
into my, but I'm not selling a product. I don't do hair. I don't, it's not, it's just I have curly hair.
Yeah.
And I chose plug because everybody loves the plug. Who doesn't
Yeah.
love the plug? So
Absolutely.
the curl plug, and it just made sense. And I've always been called Nemo. That's been like a childhood nickname. So
Okay.
Nemo the Curl Plug, and it's kind of like a last name now
Yeah.
at this point.
No,
Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Thank you for sharing that. Um,
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about growing up, in the Bronx. For those of you that may not know, Bronx is the birthplace of hip hop.
Yes.
I got to put that out there because some people don't know. Um, but how was it growing up in the Bronx for you? Like, how was that?
It was dope. I love the Bronx. I felt like during the time that I grew up in the Bronx,
Mhm.
there was a lot of sense of community,
Okay.
even though there were, local crackheads
Yep.
in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But there was a sense of community where, the people that were on the block and posted on the block would watch over the kids. You knew whose kid was whose. You knew the elderly people in the neighborhood. You kind of went to school with everybody in your neighborhood. So we kind of watched each other grow up. Some people chose different paths, but it's always been love. And to
Yeah.
this day, I could run into anybody that I've known for over 20 years, over 15 years, and they'll pass by, yo, what's up, Nemo? Yeah, and it's always
Yeah.
love. And I just love that sense of community that we no longer have now. So I feel like, growing up, I had neighbors, neighbors'
Yeah.
houses that I could go to and stuff like, Mommy, I'm going to Doña Paca's house, like I'm going across the hall. You ain't going across the hall now. You be like, who the fuck, who lived there?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was different. But I had a dope childhood. I had a childhood. I used
Yeah.
to play, run,
Yeah.
before phones and internet,
Yeah,
literally.
it's not like that no more. I'm a father of three. I have
Okay, God
11.
bless.
Thank you very much. Beautiful family. My kids, I love them to death. My 11-year-old. I have 11-year-old and two 6-year-olds. They're not twins. Everybody always asks me that. I was previously married before. I'm married again now.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my ex-wife had kids, and now and then my stepdaughter now, my bonus daughter, I call her.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both 6, but like I talk to them all the time about that. Like, there was a time like there wasn't cell phones. You played outside all day.
Right.
If you missed a call, you just missed a call, but like it wasn't even that important. So, it's sad to see like the way that the world is going as far as like for kids growing up now because everything's on social media and everything is technology.
Right.
Um,
I
when,
agree.
when did you fall in love with comedy?
I've always been a lover to comedy.
Yeah.
Like I grew up watching comedy in all ways and forms.
Yeah.
It started with just simple shows like All That, skit
Okay.
shows. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Then you had the evolution of Mad TV. You
Yeah.
had the Def Comedy Jams. You had the Comic Views. And instead of watching Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, I was watching these shows. I was keeping up with a Bernie Mac, a Martin Lawrence, a Dave Chappelle, and in his prime, I was keeping up, and then I started seeing the women. You got the
Yeah.
Moniques, you have the Linnells, and you're like, oh, there's ladies. Oh, you had a Samoa. I was Then you get the Span, then you get the like a Ada Rodriguez. I'm like, oh, they got Spice in this bed, is lit. So once you start seeing that, you become. I became a fan of comedy.
Yeah.
Like I've always been a fan of comedy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you have to be. I feel like you have to be a fan of comedy to like really enjoy it and to really love it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when was the moment you said like when did you realize like okay, this is what I want to do? Like I don't want to do anything else. You know what I mean? I want to go full speed into to being a comedian.
That played out in steps,
Yeah.
and over the years,
Hmm.
because so before the pandemic hit and whatnot, before it hit New York, just hit, globally. I had right before the pandemic hit, I did a monologue, the vagina monologue. It's like a play,
Yeah.
and I got to be a part of that, and we had a 3-night sold out show. And that was going to be my icebreaker into knowing if I wanted to not wanted, if I could do stand up.
Okay.
And each night of those three sold out shows, each night I forgot a different part of my act, and
Yeah.
I improvised,
Okay.
and it was hysterical. And it was like a really big highlight. Like our part in that play was probably one of the favorites, because it was so comical.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like my icebreaker. I was like, okay, I think I could do this.
Yep.
And then fast forward 2023, I used to go to comedy shows all the time,
Yeah.
and my best friend, she took me on a date. We do bestie dates. I
Okay.
love her. And we went on a date, and we went to a comedy show, and it happened to be uptown in Washington Heights where the
Yeah.
Dominicans reside. And and that night, somebody that I know, Black Rose, she's a fellow comedian. She introduced me to the producer of that particular production, and
Yeah.
he kind of was just like, well, that's Mike Free the World, shout outs to you, and Rumble in the Bronx, one night stand comedy show. That was the production I started with.
Yeah.
Shout outs to them. But he was just like, hey, are you available on such and such date? And that was like 2 weeks from that date, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll make myself available, because what's up, because I'm a Bronx girl at heart, so I'm never scared. So and it was just like, oh, send me headshots. I literally booked, that was a Saturday. That Sunday I had a photographer booked, had my headshots ready, and I sent them off. I was plastered on a flyer. I sold out my first show. I sold 45 tickets.
Oh, that's crazy.
They had me close out the show.
Okay.
So that was like a fake headline situation. It was like a fake, I closed it out. I did 14 minutes,
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, I was proud of those. Like, even looking back now and seeing like the
Yeah.
evolution, I'm still proud of that first time when you just throw somebody in a lion's den and it's like, see if you can fight. See
Yeah.
if you can like calm back the lion. And I was able to do that, and it was dope. It was a
Yeah.
dope
No.
experience.
That definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, that sounds dope. Like, getting to that point, like where you see yourself for the first time on a flyer, like how was that for you? Like noticing, like, damn, like everybody's seeing me on this flyer. Like, how was that for? Like, how was that moment for
It
you?
was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I won't lie. It was nerve-wracking. Even right to the point that it was like the day before the show. I
Yeah.
was talking to my mom. And I tell her, I'm like, Mom, like, would I be wrong if I just like back out now? Like, I can still back out. She's like, Mira, muchacha, coño. Because I'm from Dominican descent. So, she gonna hit me with the chill the fuck
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of what she did. She was like, you already committed to this. You told those people you gonna be there. Look at that shit. The shit sold out. That's it. You gotta be there. Now you gotta
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
And once the show sold out, that was when it became surreal.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, I'm really doing this. Like, oh, these people are really coming out. And I don't regret one bit. Like, I don't, oh man, that was such a beautiful, it was so great. It was so
Yeah.
great. It was
Yeah.
so great. Yeah.
I can
It
imagine.
really is. I wish we lived with like we had little projectors of our minds that could just like and
Yeah.
then it could like show everybody like our memories, our like
Yeah. Yeah.
fond memories. That would be one of them. That
Yeah,
would
that
definitely
would
be
be
one of them
no, that would definitely be
for
dope
sure.
if something like that could happen. Um, I remember watching I watched the interview with Tyler Perry. This is when he was coming out with like his documentary about his life. And the woman asked him, you know, why did he, why does he dress like a woman and like all this other stuff? And he said, he came from abusive. His father was very abusive to him. And he said, like, I did this because, it was a way to like make my father laugh or to make people laugh. Almost like he got into like what he was doing, like out of fear. Like
Hmm.
when I heard that conversation, like I always think to myself, how do you guys come up? Like, how do you come up with your material? Is it from just, things that you've been through or things that you've seen or like, how do you
Everything.
come up
The
with your material?
life within itself is a muse.
Yeah.
Everything around you, everything going down the block and around the corner is a muse.
Hmm.
Stepping one foot into a train station, that's it. You have 5 minutes of material right there.
Yeah.
You know how many people have spoken about MTA transit? And regardless the fact, no matter how you flip it, how you diagnose, it doesn't matter. It hits. It always hits. Why? Because it's relatable. It's something that everybody goes through.
Yeah.
So mainly it's that. It's like our experiences, the things like the commonalities we share, but also mainly our experiences though. A lot of people take trauma and make jokes out of it. I'm learning to tap into that and learning to become more vulnerable because I'm
Yeah.
not there yet. I'm kind of, how would I say, like I don't mind the mystery. I don't mind people not really knowing too much about me. I just want
Yeah.
to present to you the funny and then that's it. Everything else, mind your business. Because I'm
Right.
a very private person. But I
Yeah.
am learning how to kind of like, raise down that little veil and, kind of like lower that guard and whatnot. But yeah, it's everything. Everything's the muse. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
Waking up and opening your eyes is a muse, literally. And you'll come up with all types of material.
Yeah. No, that's dope. Um,
Yeah.
talk to me about like being on stage. Like, what is that like? I mean, I see you. I see you like, all the time. I see like a lot of things that you post, different shows and different things. And like a lot of the videos that I watch when I see you like perform and stuff like that, you're just so comfortable. You know what I mean? Like if you were to say like, oh, when I go up there, I'm nervous, like I wouldn't be able to tell that because it's just like, it's like somebody coming in somebody's house and you're just comfortable and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go in your refrigerator. I'm gonna sit on your couch. You know what I mean? Like that's like when I see you do your stand up, you're just comfortable. You know what I mean? Like talk to me a little bit about that. Like what is like how are you like how is that for you like you being on stage and how did you become so comfortable like that?
So that comfortability stems from like growing up and watching like my uncles gather.
Yeah.
in the middle of my living room or anybody's living room, and just like we have like my funny, like I have a uncle Tio Jorgito. He's very like he's the storyteller, and
Yeah.
he'll sit there, everybody will sit silent and just listen to him.
Yep.
And I feel like I treat each and every stage like if it's my living room,
Okay.
and now I'm the ones telling jokes,
Okay.
so now you gotta listen to me. So I kind of set that tone.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how I see it. Like I feel like that's what brings me that comfort.
Yeah.
Thinking of my living room, thinking how my uncle will shut everybody up and tell a joke, and then it's an uproar of laughter.
Yeah.
So growing up seeing that has helped me tremendously now. And believe it or not, no matter what, you don't ever stop getting nervous.
Yeah.
Some shows will get you more nervous than others, but there's been times that I look complete I transcribe comfortability, but in reality that microphone was vibrating
Yeah.
while I had it up to me, but you wouldn't be able to tell
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
switched like this, but it's still vibrating. It's
Yeah.
and I'm like, and pause,
Yeah.
viewers, because that looked crazy. I looked like I was this is not that type of channel, you heard? But yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of what that is. And like it's easier. It gets easier. I think I get more nervous when I want to try anything new, like newer jokes.
Yeah.
I get really nervous because I don't know how it's gonna land, or if people are gonna be receptive to it. Um, but yeah, for the most part,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
that
mean,
that's
yeah.
that's
I
where that
mean,
comes from.
when I see it, I mean, like I said before, I just think that, you can tell that you're really comfortable. And, you can't even tell if you are nervous, you can't tell it. So I mean, that's good.
Thank
Have
you.
have you ever said a joke where like it made people uncomfortable? Or like you've seen in the crowd, like people were uncomfortable about a joke?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I have this joke. When it's kind of like the getting to know me portion. So when people are getting to know, like I'm trying to allow people to get to know me, and I'll say, hey, I'm Dominican by inheritance, mother and father. And
Yeah.
then I'll like shout out my mom, but then I don't shout out my dad because my dad was never in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I kind of put like a jab on that, people are like, "Oh, she got daddy issues." Like everybody's like, "Oh," I'm like, "No, relax, relax. It's not like that." Like, and
Yeah.
then I'll deliberate, but I always get that uncomfortable silence. That, oh well, damn. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I don't really say nothing too crazy. I mean, it depends. I don't know, and that's another thing. When we go up there, I speak for myself and my experience. I know there's many other comedians that experience this as well, but there's times I go on stage. And if I don't record my set, like voice record it or catch it, like, or set up a tripod to record myself, I'll forget everything I said.
Yeah.
It's like I went up there, I did it, it's done. Now it's like, phew,
Yeah.
it's literally, actually, all that joke, which one? You got to you recite it to me because I don't know what part of my set you talking about because of the adrenaline. I think it's the adrenaline. I don't know. It's like a small second amnesia situation. I don't know. There's times I would. I was like, yo, I don't remember anything I said. I don't, especially in the beginning, it was like that too. In the
Yeah.
beginning, like if I didn't, there were times I didn't record my set, and I'm like, shit, I don't know what I said. Damn, there was a new joke in there, and I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it will take. I'll have to use like key words or something to tap into that part of my brain
Yeah.
in order to kind of release that memory and stuff. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Drink your vitamins, guys. Don't do drugs.
How do you how do you prep for a show? Like how do you like go through your material? Like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do tonight, this is what I'm not gonna do tonight. Do you have like a, special way that you do everything?
Yeah, I mean, not really a special way. I kind of, depending on what room I'm gonna touch,
Hmm.
I kind of decipher on what I want to discuss, and I'll kind of just have something like an outline, right?
Okay.
Then when I get to the establishment, now I'm reading the room. So now I look at the crowd and then I revise my material. If I see that the material that I chose for that day would not resonate with them, I already know, okay, I got to switch it up. So I'll test the waters first and then I'll go from there.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's literally like swimming. You know what I'm saying? You tap,
Okay.
tap, tap, and then you dive. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what I do for real. Oh, Nemo, I like that. I'm gonna put that on the shirt or something. No, that was dope. Tap, tap, dive. I like
Tap tap dive.
that. I'm sorry. I got like I'm pretty sure I got some type of undiagnosed ADD and stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. No, it's okay.
it's
It's
just
all
like
good.
little bursts of energies and stuff. So
No,
I
it's all
promise, though, I'm saying
no, it's all good. What do you think about the world of comedy right now? How do you feel about it?
I love it. I think there's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
I will be honest, because of what's going on in the world, I feel like I think it's just so much. I think I think it's just funnier to make jokes on
yeah,
the serious shit that we got going on right now. And you know, as a comedian, I'll just say to other comics, we have material. We're getting material literally every single day. We're getting material
yeah,
because of what's going on around the world. I feel like there's a lot of markets that haven't been tapped into. Um, and yeah, I see a good future for comedy. I
yeah.
definitely do see a good future for comedy for sure.
I do too. In my humble opinion, and I've said this about when it comes to like hip hop. I feel like underground hip hop is the best version of hip hop right now. And the reason
Mm-hmm.
why I say that is because every single underground artist, rapper that I've come across
Hmm.
or their music, you can hear the hunger, you can hear the dedication, you can hear that they're passionate about it. When I look at comedy right now, I think the best comics are people that are not in the mainstream. The people that come up with skits every day, the people that are doing stand-ups locally or however they're doing it. But I just think that like it's a difference between being a mainstream comic nowadays than
Hmm.
than like sort of like an underground comic. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like
There's a lot of
yeah,
underdogs. There's a
yeah,
lot of and there's a lot of people that are being like very that they get overlooked,
yeah,
they get undermined or underestimated.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that in this
Mm-hmm.
industry. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like me, the type of comic I came in, I'm a baby in the game. I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to make 2 years in the comedy game, but I've done so much within these 2 years. Like I went on a
Yeah,
little tour. I got to be part of the New York Comedy Festival. Like I got credits already.
yeah,
And that's there was a time that it took people 5 years to get to that point. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah,
now you either come in blazing if you want to or you don't. It's how much you want it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, all right, you don't want to book me, then I'll make my own shows.
yeah.
I don't
There
give
you
a fuck.
go.
I don't give a fuck. You're gonna
Yeah,
hear about me regardless. Tomato, tomato, bitch. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, that's how I see it. So, and doing that, regardless of the fact I was still getting booked. But when I started like creating like my way and I
yeah,
started doing my own thing, people was like, oh, yeah. Then now I'm starting getting calls because you know, now there's opportunities there.
right.
Now there's, oh, let's collab, let's work together. Oh, can you do this here? Can you do this there? Oh, do you know anything? You know what I'm saying? Because not
Yeah,
only was I producing my shows, I was even getting calls to help people produce shows. I've gotten calls for people to help them with lineups. Yo, Nemo, I want to put a show together. What do you think about this lineup? Or
yeah,
Yo Nemo, what comics you think would be great for this concept? Or Yo Nemo, do you know anybody? And I'll send you a portfolio of comics.
yeah,
I'm like, look here, ping, 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 ping. For what day? What borough you need them? I here, ping, ping, ping. Like
yeah.
almost like an agency, one stop
No,
shop type
that's
shit.
dope. That's dope. I
So
mean, it's
yeah, yeah.
very good at like, not only are you, doing your thing, but you also are looking out for other people as well.
Nah,
So,
absolutely. There's room for all of us.
right. Definitely is. I say that all the time. We all can get a piece of the pie. We don't got to fight and argue about
Absolutely.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm already a big girl. I'm used to taking up space. I've taken up space all the time, even on the trains. I take up 2 seats. Oh well, bitch. But I'll scoot over if you need me to, though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's just what it is.
Right.
Man,
What's the most rewarding thing that you found about being a comedian?
how many lives you touch?
Yeah,
How many days you change? Somebody could be having a horrible day. Somebody could be going through like a really bad, like traumatic issue. Whatever it's been from like all types of points, the loss of somebody, the loss of a job, the ending of a relationship, and so many walks of life. And when you get that, oh my God, you were so funny, you don't even understand the day I had, but I'm so happy I came here.
yeah,
That is like, I think about it and I get like a little teary,
yeah, yeah. No, that's
because
dope.
that's what we're doing, we spreading love and laughter.
Right.
So
Spread it, yeah.
if
And
it
that's
could
what it's.
make, if I could have changed your day or that one person's day, I did a difference.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I made a difference.
and
So
that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Touching lives, making differences. Because, like you said, there's people in this world that are going through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like a
mm-hmm.
laugh or like even like my grandmother would say all the time, like even saying good morning to people. Good morning, how you doing?
Right.
How's everything going with you? Like,
Yeah.
as simple as that sounds, that can change somebody's whole day because nobody's probably not even asking them stuff like that. So,
Right. You don't know if that's
no,
the only conversation that person is having
right,
during the
right,
day. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And it's not impossible. People are like, no, wait. No, there are. There's people that only speak when they're at work.
right.
And when they get
Absolutely.
home, there's nobody to talk to. So if you could become that relief, and I know that, somebody can look forward to going to my page. Yo, I just had a shitty day. Let me go to Nemo's page. Let me see what she posted. Or
Yeah.
let me see what upcoming shows she has, because man, her shows are always good. And when you get that rapport, and you get that, you start setting that tone for yourself, that when you see me, you see that laughter, happiness, and stuff like that, a change of mood. That, man, that means the world to me.
Yeah.
It makes it
No.
all worthwhile. It literally, it makes it all worth it.
That's dope. That really is. It really is.
It's really gratifying.
Yeah. No, definitely. Thank you for sharing that. Um, what is the biggest challenge you've had so far? Any challenges you come across or uncomfortable positions you've come across? Like just, in this, because, it's, I can
Hmm.
imagine you're talking to a lot of different people. You're seeing a lot of different people.
Hmm.
Has anything like been like challenging for you?
I won't. I'm not gonna sit here and say I mean, just the notion of, we all know that the comedy industry, it's very male dominated still. There's
Yeah.
still that, that male domination, they still rule. We rock out with our cocks out like that. It's a very boys game, and
Mhm.
I kind of, it's just that you see a show and it's like five guys, one girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the lineup. And you still see that. You still see a lot of that. There's not enough of us. There's not enough women. And mind you, there's a lot of women out there that are hilarious.
Yeah.
Many women. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You have a Soph's Dope, a Black Rose, you have a Alexis Bradley, you have Beba from Boston, you have
Yeah. Baba.
Carolina from Boston, you have there's Montesquieu. Montesquieu? No, I probably chopped up her last name. She knows that. She knows her last name has mad syllables in it, but that's some Dominican shit. But still, like, there's mad women in this industry. Frankie Benz. You got Cherry Ann Trinidad. You have Danny Redwan. There's so many women. Shiv Shanks. Oh, JJ Matisse. You got a Miss Lissa. Then you have Lisa, La Colombiana from Queens. Then you have so many women,
Yeah.
and still you see all these men on these flyers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that we not, I don't try to focus too much on the challenges. What I try to do is turn those challenges into something that's no longer challenging.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Shout out.
saying? That's
Yeah.
that's my goal. That's my goal. That's really my goal, to make sure that the ladies have that avenue where they could
Yeah.
be like, yeah, we dominating. This is what we doing.
Right.
You know
Beb.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Shout out to Beba. She was on my podcast. I did an episode
I
with
love
her.
Beba.
She's
Shout out to you, boo.
she's phenomenal. She really is. I had
She
her on
is.
here, and we had we had a dope conversation. I'm a big fan of of her and rooting for her also because she is very very talented and very funny also. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
what legacy do you want to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Mm. Just to continue laughing.
Hmm.
Remind people to continue laughing. That the life, the problems, the sadness, everything will still be there, but just laugh.
Yeah,
It only takes a second to laugh, and that laugh will change so much. And I just I want that. I want to be able to heal and be have that material to leave to people that they could look back. They're like, oh my God, that was great. That made me, hysterically laugh. There's stuff that you could see now, like the Cat Williams. I think one of the Chronicles, when he had the green, I forgot. I think that was like the pimp. No,
yeah. The Pimp
I
Chronicles.
fu- yeah, the Pimp Chronicle. I
And he
think that
had
was
the
the
green
third
suit
one, the
on.
one with the
Yeah,
green. No, it doesn't matter how many times I've watched that freaking special. Each and every time I watch that special, I'm dying. Like I'm
yeah,
cracking the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So excuse my language. So that's what I kind of want to leave. I want to leave that friendly reminder that it's like it's okay to laugh and to continue laughing.
yep. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. What's a quote you live by?
A quote. Mami, ¿cuál es el dicho que usted dice? Mejor sencilla antes que primero muerta que sencilla. First, not I rather, but preferably dead before simple. It's so weird. It's the grammatics in Spanish and English. I literally just so it's pretty much saying I'd rather drop dead than be a simple ass bitch. You feel me? Like that's kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
in layman terms.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's something that my mom has always said, and I don't know. I just live by those rules. I'm myself. I'm loud. I'm unapologetically myself. I don't give a shit. If you like me, that's great. I love you. If you don't, that's cool. Take a seat with the rest of the bitches that don't, and it is what it is.
yeah,
So I rather be myself than a simple person. I
yeah.
don't know. That really transcribed very bad. Él me preguntó de qué palabra yo vivo y yo quería darle un frase que, tú sabes, siempre se me ha pegado conmigo, pero eso no tradució bien. No, it's okay.
Mhm.
Sorry,
I
I had
think
to
the
consult with la socia.
I think the equivalent to that, what you just the quote that you just picked, I remember it like thinking about that. I mean, Tupac had a line where he says, I'd rather live like a man than die like a coward.
Type
Um,
shit.
it's a lot of
Type
all
shit.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Type shit.
yeah,
It's kind of yeah, but
yeah,
not in the coward sense. It's more so like just so instead of coward, a simple bitch. I'd
yeah,
rather
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
a
Like
simple
if you
bitch
flip that,
because
yep,
yeah, because I could be a simple person, not
yeah,
pursue comedy, be quiet, mind my business, go to work, put my head down, be spoken when I'm spoken to. I could do all of that. Or I
right,
could just continue being myself and continue being recognized and called and booked and busy. And I'd rather do that
yeah.
and
No,
be simple.
makes a lot of sense. Your
Yeah.
top five comedians of all time.
Oh, oof. Bernie Mac,
Hmm.
Cat Williams,
Okay.
um, some more,
Okay.
Linnell, and Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Yeah, those are that's a good top five. Bernie Mac. Um, I love Bernie Mac. I was a I was a I was a like I'm not gonna say I'm old school. I guess you can say I'm old school, but I was a big Robin Harris fan. I feel like Robin Harris doesn't get enough love. And Robin Harris played the father on House Party. He was kid. He if you ever
Okay.
seen House Party, Robin
Yeah,
Harris was
yeah.
the father on House Party. But if you ever go and
Okay.
look at Robin Harris's stand up, he was hilarious. He was hilarious. I feel like Robin Harris was the first Bernie Mac, D.L. Hughley, and like that,
Right.
and like that. He comes from like that. He invented that branch. But
Okay.
you know,
Like
but
that style
that style,
of
that loud,
yeah.
the cursing, and
Yeah. Because
But
what I
even
appreciated, yeah, like what I appreciated about Bernie Mac, and that's why he's top one, is because Bernie, you have to understand, Bernie Mac was just unapologetically him, and
yes,
it got to the point where he made a joke about it, and he was probably shitting his pants. He was probably very nervous on that stage, but he pretty much said, "Well, nah, fuck out of here, because I tussle too. So you're not about to intimidate me when I'm the one with the mic." Like, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So it's just like that attitude, that I don't give a shit attitude
yeah,
is what we need in comedy, because that's what it's like. We're laughing, like
hmm
it's a joke. Don't take it too personal. It's a joke.
yeah,
So that's what I loved about Bernie Mac. Like that, just I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Yeah, I said what I said. You see the bitch, jaw drop. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said.
yeah.
So
What do you
yeah. Man.
looking at, like, you're doing, a lot of stand up shows, like
hmm
long term, like, what do you want to do beyond doing stand up? Is there anything else that you would like to do, or things that you have coming up? Um, like what's the next
I have
what's
shows.
next for
I
you?
have shows right now. I have shows coming. Like I have a show February 13th at Comedy in Harlem in New York City. And then I have dates. Like I'm setting up my dates for February. So right now the entry of this particular year, 2025, I'm
Yeah.
taking it slow.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just taking it slow. I'm not even trying to look too far ahead into the future, because I don't know what
Okay.
that looks like
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
And like I honestly, what you thought was your plans might not be. Like, you know, we got freaking, they trying to take away civil rights, bro. Like, let's just be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. They
Like,
are. They definitely
there's
are.
a lot of, I don't even know if I'll be able to even talk to you,
Yeah.
about these things.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm growing. I'm right now I'm going where the wind takes me.
Okay.
So whatever that opportunity may be,
Yeah.
I'm getting myself on stage, as many stages as I possibly can. I show up, I show face. I do want to continue producing, which I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
Um, and and continue just bringing these great experiences to these people. I want to focus on traveling more. I want to travel different cities, be able to perform in different cities.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not there's so much that could go on with comedy, and there's so many lanes that you can, go. I'm just allowing the wind to blow me and take me where it needs to take me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So right now I'm with it. I'm with it all. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
No.
saying? So
Yeah.
I'm not closing nothing out, but I'm not also looking too far ahead, only because there's a lot going on. And
Yeah.
it's already like heavy on the mental.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I meant to ask you that at the very beginning. Like, how has 2025 been for you so far? I mean, it's been crazy for everybody with everything that's going on the politics side.
no, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
It's
always a
been good.
conversation. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been really good to me thus far. Like I said, I've been taking it easy. I've still been booked and stuff, and I've still been, doing my shows. Last week Thursday, we had a sold out show at the City Winery,
that's cool.
with the guys Fuser Productions. Those are my Dominican fellas. And a Puerto Rican puppet, because we had Joselito the puppet there, Nueva York, Da Vinci, Ivan Manito, Tommy 5K, and I hosted, and it was dope. So that was a great start to the year, and prior to that, I had other shows. It's been a good year so far. It's just scary.
Yeah, it's very scary right now.
It's just scary. Like right now, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I don't even, listen, I'm just scared. Like it's just a lot going on, and
Hmm.
I just want to take it day by day,
Yeah.
to be honest. I've
No.
been taking it day by day, and that's all.
Yeah. That's
In my
all.
humble
That's
abode.
that's all we can. That's all we can do.
Right.
10 people. If you could invite 10 people to dinner, dead or alive, who you inviting?
Ooh, that's dope.
You're gonna invite
Dead
anybody.
or alive?
Dead or alive, who you
Ooh.
inviting?
All right. So I'm inviting Cardi B.
Okay.
I'm inviting.
I don't think anybody said Cardi B at their
Man,
dinner. Yep.
I want Cardi B. I want Bicales at my dinner. She low key like my cousin. She's not really my cousin, but I feel like she's from the Bronx, man. I love my girl. Cardi B, definitely Bernie Mac. We're gonna ungrave him. Cat, I want Cat to come. I would love Sandra Bullock. I don't know.
Mm,
I just like Sandra Bullock. She's a dope actress. Who else? Um, 10 people is a lot of people for a damn dinner. This is a
yeah.
very big dinner. Um,
10 people.
10 people. They have to be famous though, right?
Mm.
Like
No, it
known?
could be anybody you want. You can, you can invite your mom, you can invite your, grandmother, you can invite
Oh,
anybody you want.
dad. Nah, hell yeah. My mom is there, my sister's there. Um, I would re-alive two of my uncles. They just passed away this past year. Theo
My
Manuel,
condolences.
especially Theo Manuel, because Theo Manuel kept promising me a horse, and he didn't even have a farm, so he was already unstable, and he don't even got a stable. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, why you promising? I love him. God rest his soul. And Theo Pedro, I love my Theo Pedro. Um, who else? My best friend Jubilee, because she's always there. And oh damn, I'm running out of and my girls, for the money, Rosie on the move, So's dope, get a seat. I'm pulling up mass, like I put extra seats on my 10 tables. So now that became like a 13 table sploo, 14. I think that's it. I'ma stop. Yeah. A whole
Okay.
bunch of I have a very mixy party. It would be a
Okay.
very mixy. No Diddy though.
Yeah,
Diddy
no
is not
Diddy.
invited.
No, Diddy can't go to, he can't come to no dinners.
Nah. Not my
um,
dinners. He hits girls.
yeah,
I'll punch him in his face.
he does way too much. Um, um, best advice you've ever received.
Um, best advice I've received a lot of good advice. Um, best advice. I would say, write every day.
Right, every day. Okay.
Write every day. And whatever it is, like your thoughts, like have a moment to yourself and write. And it makes a difference. It helps. And it's something that I do. I write every day. And when I was told um this particular he Chris Grant told me this before, and shout outs to him. He just did a sold out show at the United Palace this past Saturday, which was the big room. Like
Yeah.
that's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. That's fucking huge. So
Yeah.
shout outs to him. But he pretty much, just told me like, yo, write every day. Like just you don't necessarily like just but put your thoughts on paper. That's the best like form and way of thinking, like to gather your thoughts and get your thoughts situated, write it out.
Yeah. I like that.
And that's what I do.
Put your thoughts on paper. What's some advice you would give me?
Make sure you wash your belly button when you're taking a shower and don't just let water hit your toes. Add soap to it too. Um, I don't know. I don't know. What do you need advice on?
No,
It
just
depends. I don't know.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I like my advice, like if I was to give you advice, I think my thing is that
Okay.
um you are very, very funny. I think that you have what it takes to do whatever it is that you want to do in comedy. I think that you have that. Again, like I said before, when I watch a lot of your videos, you just seem so comfortable and it comes so natural, so easy for you. Um, but if nobody has told you like this is your lane and you are on the right path to doing whatever it is that you want to do. So that would be my advice for you is to keep doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing because, it's getting attention. It got my attention. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I did the interview with Beba and then I think I had saw like you had liked the video of hers. And I was like, Dad, let me
Uh-huh.
check this out. And then like I went to your page and I just saw everything that you was doing. I was like, man, like I would love to, get her on here and like, see what's going on because I like your movement and I like what you're doing. And I think what you're doing is very inspiring and I admire
Thank you.
what you're doing. It's not easy to get up in front of people and make people laugh and make people cry and make people have a good day. And the fact that you are doing this effortlessly I should ask, is impressive to me. So that'll be my advice for you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. That was really nice. That was so nice. You left me speechless, Ed. I'm speechless.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh my
mean. No, I
goodness.
mean, I mean that because you
Thank
know,
you.
I built this 4 years ago. Trial and error. I'm loving
Hmm.
this because I get to meet incredible people like yourself. I get to hear all you guys' stories. There's so many talented people in the world that are not famous that people just don't really realize. And like my hope and my plan is that I find those people and I bring them on my podcast and I interview them because that's what it's all about. I like interviewing people that are doing dope shit in the world. And I feel like that's
I think
exactly what
that's
you're doing.
dope.
You know what I mean? That's what
I
I'm
think
trying to
that's
do.
dope. That's
And
fire. But I think it's dope that you're doing it and you have a great platform and you're a
thank you.
very great interviewer.
Thank
And
you.
you should also continue doing no, and I'm serious.
Yeah.
Don't forget to clean out your belly buttons and clean your toes. But with that being said though, you're a great interviewer. Like
Thank you.
I've enjoyed like I'm looking at the time, like it's really been 45 minutes. Like we've been recording for 45. This is a very long time. And I'm just like, oh, this is like it feels like it's only been 15.
Thank
That's
you.
how seamless you've had it. And you I appreciate you having me on your show,
No
but I
problem.
appreciate your professionalism
Thank you.
and you like the comfortability, you set the tone, and you need to continue
Thank you.
doing this and
Thank you.
continue this platform and continue shedding light not only to the people you interview but to yourself because
Yeah.
you're doing great at
Thank
what
you.
like you're great at what you do.
Thank you
So
very
and this
much.
has been a pleasure, like this has really been a pleasure.
No,
So and I mean that wholeheartedly, not just because you just big me up, but I'm really bigging you up because this has been a great interview. This
thank
has
you.
been a really good interview. So
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you. And you know what I'm saying? You always got a fan of me. You always got my support. You need
thank you,
anything,
likewise.
please, don't hesitate to reach out. But thank you very much for being a part of episode 67 of the Hang with A podcast.
67, now 69. You
but
already know. Pew, 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 pew.
but thank you very much.
Thank you. We
All right.
hanging with A. All right, guys.
Have a nice night.